I would like to call my next witness to take the stand. This young lady's life was thrown into turmoil when she saw the murder.
So sorry to keep you waiting, sweeties.
State your name for the record.
My name is April May, and I'll do whatever I can to help.
The witness must refrain from wanton winking.
Sorry.
Did she come here to testify or flirt with all the men?
Would you tell the court in your own words what you saw on April 3rd, the night of the murder?
Yes, sir. It was a horrible thing to see. I was in my hotel room relaxing when I looked out the window and I saw a woman being attacked in the building just across the street. I could see the murderer's face clearly. It was that mousy girl there.
No, it wasn't me. I swear.
Do you happen to recall the exact time of the incident?
Yes, I do. It was so weird, but I heard a voice.
Think it's 8:50.
The court can only conclude Maya Fey is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
There's not a speck of doubt in my mind.
As you can hear from the victim's own words, the electronics were removed that morning and the clock could not speak. There's no way the witness could have heard it go off as she claims. April May, your testimony contains an obvious contradiction.
I can't believe it! That stupid call was recorded!
Ma'am, what did you say?
That stupid call was recorded, right?
Shut your spiky-headed face because no one gives a toss about some freaking wiretap, gosh darn it! That weird mousy girl killed her sister and I saw it happen, Kay!
Okay.
It wasn't my idea to listen to all their boring conversations anyway! Besides, I had nothing to do with the murder!
Look at this. Was the owner of this rhinestone cufflink the same person who ordered the wiretap?
You, Spiky!
That's enough!
Can't I have some quiet?
Please excuse me, Miss Vasquez. My firm is defending Will Powers. And I was wondering if you could talk to us a bit about the day of the murder?
Stop flapping your gums. Can you not see that I'm trying to read here?
Quiet, or you'll get punished too!
Definitely don't want that.
So you're his attorney? And you wanted to know about the day he killed Jack?
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably won't like hearing this. By the time all that went down, nobody here could have made it over to Studio One.
And why is that? What happened?
The roadway was completely blocked. On your way over here, you saw it. The forest imp.
Yes, we did.
The poor old thing's head fell right off.
The winds were strong enough to blow that rusty monkey's head into the road, along with several large branches. After a while, a crane was called in to move it. But that wasn't until after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It took them about an hour to clean up the mess. We were all stuck over here until the job was completed, so none of us could have killed Jack.
But if the head had fallen over after 2:30 that afternoon, you could have made it over to Studio One.
Each hour, the forest imp announces the time. I dare say it's 4 p.m., and so on. It's also on the back of its head. The clock stopped working at 2:15. What do you want? I'm rather busy.
Leave.
Are you saying Jack Hammer walked all the way here just so he could die?
No, ma'am.
But what exactly is going on here?
Well, I think you should be asking the boy lawyer here that question.
Boy? What?
Listen, no matter where Hammer was killed, it's impossible for me to have done it.
Why? What do you mean by that?
He was run through with a samurai spear, was he not? There's no way a petite woman such as myself could wield it. I could barely even lift it without a struggle.
That is true. The weapon used in the crime was pretty dang heavy. I don't see it happening.
Jack Hammer was a big star who made my studio a lot of money. Why on earth would I ever want him dead?
Yeah. Good question.
You should know if you accuse someone of murder, you should bring proof. It's true. I had a meeting in Studio 2's trailer. It began precisely at noon and ended promptly at 4 p.m. There was a rehearsal to be held an hour later at 5. So we headed over to Studio 1 where the staff discovered Jack Hammer's body.
Let me remind the court that the autopsy estimates the time of death to be 2:30 p.m.
Yes, right in the middle of our meeting.
According to someone else who attended that meeting, you took a 15-minute break around 2:30. Can you confirm this?
Yes.
I'd like you to look at this photo. True. But I bet the killer staged a fake crime scene.
You'd bet, would you?
If I may, listen, you think I killed Jack, don't you? If that's so, I'd like to point out a few contradictions in that narrative. Would you object to that?
No, I would not.
First, let's discuss the murder weapon, the steel samurai spear.
It was found plunged into the victim's chest. Tell us about it.
Well, it's heavy and cumbersome. Impossible for a delicate woman such as myself to use it as intended.
Perhaps the defense would like to examine it?
Hammer was attacked head-on and stabbed in the chest, which indicates that he was aware of the killer's presence. They took down an action star with a large weapon. That takes strength, more than the average person possesses. You'd be wise to follow the rules of adult society, boy.
You think the most important things are rules? I'm a kid, and even I know there are way bigger things in life!
You little hellion, you should know to keep your mouth shut.
That's ridiculous.
Very interesting history that you've dug up there. But let me ask you, why would I have done this?
Why?
Yes, why would I want Jack Hammer dead?
That's right. Miss Vasquez has no motive.
Since then, you used it to blackmail Hammer, forcing him to do your bidding and work for chump change.
I'm a producer. I use actors and stay under budget.
You humiliated him.
I applaud your creativity. Honestly, I could use someone like you on my writing staff, but it's just not believable.
So you deny it?
I killed Jack, dragged his body to Studio 1, changed his clothes, and staged a crime scene to frame Will, all during a 15-minute break.
That's absolute rubbish.
You're smarter than you look, boy. You've really figured something out. I'm impressed.
Are you admitting your guilt? That you murdered Jack Hammer, then covered it up?
You're smart, but you clearly don't understand what I'm saying.
And what's that?
You've mapped out a way that it could have happened. And according to your story, I can see how it all works out, were it true.
I'm not saying it could have happened. I'm saying it did.
Again, you're forgetting the rules of the society in which we live. You there, enlighten him.
Just as I said earlier, if you don't have the evidence, you don't have anything. That's how this works.
For an attorney, you're not good with facts. But you are a very creative storyteller. Perhaps you should write fantasy novels. It's been entertaining, but it's over. Then your cross-examination is done. Bravo. And farewell. We called the police the instant we found Jack's body. I then returned to the trailer to fetch my script and went home for the evening. Happy now?
Well, does the defense wish to cross-examine?
Yes.
Where am I supposed to go with that?
So, you originally went to Studio 1 for a rehearsal, is that correct?
Yes.
Then explain why you left your script back in the trailer.
I was under the impression that we would not be able to rehearse.
And why is that?
Because there had been a murder on the set. Do you not remember?
Objection! You claim that you didn't bring your script because you assumed there would be no rehearsal? Ms. Vasquez, explain your actions.
It seems the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. No matter. I had a perfectly valid reason to believe that rehearsal would be cancelled that afternoon.
And what was that?
Hammer. I knew that he had injured himself and therefore would not be able to perform the action scenes.
Oh, yes, I see.
Should I take your silence as an admission of your defeat?
Objection! Miss Vasquez, your testimony does not add up. You say you knew Hammer was injured?
Yes, what of it?
An actor was injured, but it was not Jack Hammer. It was the star, Will Powers.
What are you talking about?
It's true. Hammer may have been dragging his foot when he approached you at the trailer that day. But that's because he was pretending to be Will Powers in the costume.
No! It can't be.
And you were not present at that morning's rehearsal, so you didn't see the accident take place. How did you know about the ankle?
Well, Sal, yes. I heard it from Salmonella, the director.
I know that's not true. Although he was there, I highly doubt he would forget it was the actor portraying the title character that sustained an injury. The reason you're confused is that you saw Hammer limping around that day. You thought he'd been hurt. You weren't at the rehearsal, so when did you see the victim?
Well, clearly. It must have been the moment when he approached Studio 2's trailer wearing the Steel Samurai costume.
Yes, a moment that coincides directly with your 15-minute break.
Which in turn coincides directly with the victim's time of death on the autopsy report.
You were the one who killed Jack Hammer. Isn't that true?
Yes, I can't deny it any longer. I killed him. It was my fault.
A little girl?
Goodness, Pearl. Do you never listen? I've told you time and time again that you're not supposed to follow suspicious strangers around.
I'm suspicious?
Yes, I know. Sorry, Mother.
I only tell you these things because I care for you.
Wow, this girl really reminds me of Maya.
Well, do you two have business here?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Dr. Turner Gray and have a channeling session booked this afternoon.
Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney.
Is that so? Yes, I see now. Mystic Maya has told us quite a bit about you.
Mystic? Maya?
My name is Ms. Morgan Fey, and I have the distinct honor of being Mystic Maya's aunt. And this is my daughter. Her name is Pearl.
That makes her Maya's cousin. Hi, Pearl.
Please come in. All the preparations have been made. Phoenix Wright. I can't wait.
She's a lot like her father.
Phoenix Wright. Don't be fooled by my femininity, but do fear my name. Franziska von Karma, the legendary prodigy.
Well, someone's got a healthy ego.
I left behind a promising career in America to pursue something I could only find here. My revenge.
Revenge? Why? Because of your father?
Papa?
Please excuse me, Miss Von Karma. Using a whip in the courtroom like that is going to...
It will be no problem. At all.
No, ma'am. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Hey, what? That's a huge problem. We can't flog each other in court.
It can't be helped. Since she came from America, she's used to certain freedoms.
Well, there's a limit to...
But my whip can make such persuasive arguments.
Number one, you're a psychopath.
Whatever method I choose to do it, you'll go down in flames, Phoenix Wright.
She's way more intense than her dad.
Mystic Maya, I'll do anything I can to help. Oh, Pearls.
Prosecutor Von Karma, please proceed with your opening statement.
The murder occurred during a closed-door channeling ritual performed by the professed spirit medium Maya Fey.
A spirit medium? Those weirdos who talk to ghosts?
Wait, does that mean a ghost killed him? Spooky.
That's right. This event is like none other. Did ghostly forces or earthly factors lead to the doctor's death?
Good question. I must admit, I'm not a big believer.
A real man is dead. Get over it. Whether she was possessed by a spirit or not, the fact remains the medium wielded the murder weapon. Thus, she must be found guilty.
Yes, I understand, ma'am.
With that, I shall call my first witness. Okay? Phoenix Wright.
Is she gonna call me by my full name this whole trial?
Witness, your name and occupation.
Ma'am, my name is Detective Dick Gumshoe, and I'm a detective with a Hey now!
Stop stalling and get to the point.
All I was doing was trying to answer the dang question, lady!
That's enough. Explain the details of the murder at once.
Yep, sure thing!
Is this really happening?
Where are you going? Running away?
Shut up! You don't know what it's like. All the pressure of having the Von Karma name.
No.
Father is a true genius, but I never will be. All of my life, I haven't let myself admit that fact.
Prosecutors do not fight for fame and glory. You do well to learn that.
Stop it! You were always just one step ahead of me. And so damn smug. That's the reason I wanted to defeat that man.
You mean Phoenix Wright, don't you?
If I could best the one who took you down, I could get some kind of revenge.
I understand.
I can't do what you did. I can't throw it all away.
Yes, you can. After watching what he went through, you should realize that you have the same fight inside of you. I'm not giving up on my journey. If that's what you're doing, go it alone. I'll still fight.
I'm Franziska von Karma. Don't fool yourself. You hear me, Miles? I won't walk in your shadow forever. Our fight's just begun. I'm stronger than you. When I first saw this, I knew that it belonged to you. We'll meet in the courtroom again someday, Phoenix Wright. Until then, I'll be holding on to it.
Monkey?
Oh, will you please help me catch him?
What's happening?
Regent?
Watch out, Nick! The tiger!
What?
Stay, Regent. Now come here. Thank you. That's not his vest, it's Leon's.
Oh, this? Here.
Money just can't resist grabbing anything shiny.
Is that the monkey's name?
Yep, he grabs whatever sparkly thing he can find and takes it home.
Well, I guess he's earned his name then, hasn't he?
Hey, are you Regina the wild animal trainer?
Yeah, nice to meet you. Wow, you're a lawyer?
Yeah, we're here to investigate the incident from last night.
Oh, you mean the two of you came here to figure out why my daddy died?
Your daddy?
I really don't know much about it. I was up kinda late playing with Regent in his enclosure. I'm sorry.
No, we should be sorry. We didn't know he was your father.
It's okay.
Huh?
I'm gonna miss him, but all I've gotta do is look up in the night sky.
What do you mean?
Daddy always told me when someone passes away, they just turn into a star. And now he's up there with Leon, so neither of them has to be alone.
That's Leon?
Yep.
Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world.
I highly doubt this is going globally.
All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me, Franziska von Karma. It's all over the TV, every commercial. Franziska von Karma, she's so pretty.
Nice song.
Thank you, I wrote it myself.
Clearly.
Wait, what do you mean? Because it's so good?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
I like Phoenix just being a sarcastic dick to Franziska.
Wow, great song. Yeah, I agree. It's a good...
Yeah, what the fuck? Professor von Karma, she's so pretty.
That's my favorite song.
That's a great song.
Every song on my iPod is that song.
Wow, you just heard it. You are very efficient. But Ms. von Karma, she's so pretty. Then how do you explain this picture?